Hi, 6th graders. We're on lesson 12.4, which is finding the surface area of rectangular prisms. Our learning target then is finding the surface area of rectangular prisms. So label your paper accordingly. As you recall, and that we've talked about, a rectangular prism, remember, is a 3D object with the bases as rectangles. So this is an example of a rectangular prism. If we want to find the surface area of the prism, it's basically finding the area of all of the faces of the prism. So we have our top and bottom, so underneath and then the top. We have the front and the back, and then we have both of the sides. So we have 6 faces in a rectangular prism that we find the area of. Because it's rectangular, we really only need to find one face of each of the corresponding sides, because the other one then is equal, and then we can just multiply it by 2. So if we look at this rectangular prism, we can see that the area of the top, so the top, and the bottom, so the bottom, we can see the area of this rectangle just underneath, just on the bottom, is 4 times 3, and then we add it to the tops, which is also 4 times 3. So 4 times 3 is 12, plus 12, we get 24 for the area of the top and the bottom. We do the same for the front and the back, but this time I see that this rectangle right here has a base of 4 and a height of 2. And I know that it's 2 because it's the same height as back here. So 4 times 2 is 8, and then we have 4 times 2 on the other side, which is 8. We add them together and we get 16. And then for the two sides, we have a base of 3 and a height of 2, so 3 times 2, and then add to the other side 3 times 2, and we get 12. And then we add all of our areas together. So 24 plus 16 plus 12, and we get 52 is the sum of the areas. So it is the surface area of the prism. So the formula that I would like you to write down in your notebook is right here. So capital S, which means surface area. You probably want to write that in parentheses, that the capital S means surface area, is 2 times the length times the width, plus 2 times the length times the height, plus 2 times the width times the height. So if we look at this rectangular prism right here, basically what I'm doing is I'm combining each number with the 2 other numbers and multiplying them together and then multiplying by 2. So I know that the length and the width, we have 8 and 10. So 2 times 8 times 10, because the bottom is 8 and 10, then the top, and then plus 2 times 8 times 2, so we're going to do this combination, and then 2 times 10 times 2. So I pair up each number with the 2 other numbers. So we have 8 and 10, which is right here, 8 and 2, which is right here, and then 10 and 2, which is right here. So we have 8 times 10 is 80 times 2 equals 160, plus 8 times 2 is 16 times 2, so 32, plus 10 times 2 is 20, times 2 is 40, and then we add that together. 160 plus 40 is 200, plus 32 is 230 inches, and then it's squared because it is finding the area. Okay, so for this one, we are going to do the same thing. So we have 2 times 10 times 3 plus 2 times 10 times 6 plus 2 times 3 times 6. I have 10 and 3, 10 and 6, and then 3 and 6. So we have, so 10 times 3 is 30, times 2 is 60, 10 times 6 is 60, times 2 is 120, and then 3 times 6 is 18, times 2 is 36. So 120 plus 60 is 180, plus 36 would be 226 meters, and then we square it. Okay, I would like you to pause me and find the surface area of this rectangular prism. So we have 2 times 3 times 3 plus 2 times 3 times 7 plus 2 times 3 times 7 using the other 3. So we have 3 times 3, 3 times 7, and then 3 times 7. So we have 3 times 3 is 9, times 2 is 18, 3 times 7 is 21, times 2 is 42, and then 3 times 7 again is 21, times 2 is 42 again. 42 plus 42 is 84. 84 plus 18, I know that 84 plus 16 is 200, and then add 2 more, so 202 centimeters squared. Then I have one more that I want you to do on your own. Where did it go? This one that I would like you to pause me and do this one on your own and find the surface area of this rectangular prism. So we have 2 times 5 times 7 plus 2 times 7 times 9 plus 2 times 5 times 9. And we get 5 times 7 is 35, times 2 is 70, plus 7 times 9 is 63, times 2 would be 126, and then 5 times 9 is 45, times 2 is 90. So we have 70 plus 90 is 160 plus 126. So 160 plus 120 is 280, and then I add my 6. So we have 286 feet squared. Oops. So the surface area is basically finding the area of all of the sides, or finding the area of each side and multiplying it by 2. So make sure you log into NICU and take the 12-4 NICU quiz, and have an awesome night.